How can you help your teenager experiencing depression? In this video, we are going to look at those a few steps that you can take to help your teenager work through the feelings that they are experiencing. And even as you do that, please remember to subscribe for more of such videos. The first thing you can do as a parent is to let them know that it's okay to feel sad. In the light that you want them to know that they can come to you to discuss about depression or the feelings that they are going through at the moment, so that they can know that you're a safe haven that they can come to and help them process their feelings and the experiences that they are going through. And in this way, then now you can be able to start doing the regular check-ins. And this is where you ask them how they are after they come home from school or from any activity. You can ask them how they have been, instead of just asking how was your day, because they'll just say fine. Ask open-ended question such that what was the highlight of your day, what activities did you do with your friends, and in such a manner it is not a one-worded answer. The chances are high they'll be able to explain more, and after that we'll follow up with other questions or other remarks that they will likely prompt further discussion. And even in the check-ins, it also involves you noticing when they are feeling sad and asking them, I can see that you are feeling sad. I can see that you are going through something difficult. So how can I be of help? Do you want to talk? And if they don't want to talk, that's fine. Do not be upset with them. In a later day, you can ask them, yesterday I noticed when they are happy or in a better mood. You can say, yesterday I noticed that you were feeling sad, or what was happening. And at that point, chances are high they might share something brief with you. You need to be patient with them for them to begin to open up to you if you have not been doing it with them. But continue to do that regular check-ins, and slowly by slowly they will begin to open up, even as they see that you really desire to help them and you're not there to harm them or to give them consequences because of the feelings that they are experiencing. The other aspect is being non-judgmental as you approach them, as you approach the whole situation. Just allow them to be, as teenagers, most of the time we like telling them that they are adults. They should not be going through what they are going through because they do not have so many stresses to think about. But that does not help. It just worsens them, and they tend to block you. So be non-judgmental. Try, even as they share, you can just show them how painful it can be if your friend does not want to hang out with you. The challenges of body image issues and all these causes. We are going to look at them at another video that could be causing depression, because they might end up sharing these things and you need to know how to respond to them. So ensure you respond positively, and even highlight. The other thing is to highlight the positive things about them. There are things that you love about your teenager, their personality, their characteristics, how they do some activities, and how they help at home. Something that they used to do and they have stopped doing. Just encourage them and remind them, and the little things that they are doing that sometimes we take for granted, appreciate and notice these things that they are doing. Because someone who's depressed, most of the time, they usually think that they are of no use to everyone. They feel hopeless, they feel worthless. But when you notice the positive things and praise them for it, chances of them repeating will be high, and it will slowly by slowly begin to uplift them within and start seeing their worth, an aspect of their worth. And in relation to this is to avoid negative remarks. I know they will do things that will not please you. Even as you correct them, avoid using words that will dampen their spirit even further. Try and just let it go and let it slide, and I'm not saying that you allow them to misbehave, but ideally just avoiding the negative things and just allowing them to be, and finding a way to correct that is more positive. That is more positive will actually help, and using more of rewards than negative consequences, especially during this period. You can find a way of giving more rewards for doing things, for carrying out responsibilities, more than the negative consequences. Because as you give so many negative consequences, they will feel that there's no point of of continuing on, and it might plunge them deeper into depression. So find a way to work around it in terms of the reward system that you can give them to encourage them. Another aspect you can now work with your teenager together is to encourage them to be active. Exercising and physical activities increases the dopamine levels in the brain. So encourage them to be active and reward them for it. For every time that they exercise, tell them you'll give them a treat. And not using the negative aspects. If you don't exercise, I'll take this away from you. That is what we are talking about, the negative consequences and reward. Try and lean more on the reward in this period that they are undergoing depression. So let them be active, send them to the mall, and reward them for that as they continue on and all that. But then, as I'm saying this in my mind, I'm thinking maybe you might think you might spoil them, but then you need to do it with care also as you do it. And you see, if you notice that maybe it's getting to a point where they are really trying to take advantage of it because you know them, you can adjust as you see fit, but you need to balance off. What I am saying, yes, there can be consequences, but do not lean heavily on the negative consequences at this period in time. And then you can help them set simple goals. Because this time they're in depression, you go feeling worse and worse. Even the basic things, you say there is no point of showering, there's no point of doing my assignment because the teacher will just tell me I'm useless. There's no point of helping in the home because I don't think I am of value to anyone. So when they set simple goals and they achieve them, just the basic goals of eating a healthy meal, they have showered, they have done one activity, and just ticking that box, it encourages them, and it lifts their spirit, and they are able to feel a reason to press on. So help them to set simple goals. As they achieve goals, you can continue increasing the intensity of the goals until they reach to where they were normally. In terms of nutrition also, that's something you need to look out for. Nutrition actually helps people with mental health issues to actually recover from it. So you need to think more of the kind of food they eat, because the brain needs a lot of ketones and healthy food, as opposed to excess sugar and fat in the body, the snacking, and the fast food. If you can avoid that, especially this period, and encourage them to eat healthy food, it will help. It will feed the necessary brain chemicals and the hormones that will help to uplift their mood. So avoid sugary and fatty foods during this period and thereafter. The other aspect is to help them to set boundaries with their friends. Their friends, even some of them, the cause of their depression is the friends that they are hanging out with. Maybe they are causing them to feel as bad about themselves because they are in this peer group and they have not reached the mark, in terms of the standard that they are in, or others are bullying them. Just teach them how to set boundaries with friends, where to go and not to go, and who they will find there. And this will help them also to mitigate the aspect of them meeting with people who are actually not uplifting them but pulling them down. And just teach them and talk to them about the various friends and how they make them feel, and to keep off friends that make them feel worse or bad about themselves. Social media is the other aspect. And we know that there's a book called The Anxious Generation that really explains how, since the social media came in, our generation has a lot of anxiety and depression going on, the generation that is currently here, and there's a lot of mental health issue because of the social media. And that is something else you need to help your teenager to limit its use, because they go there and see curated, perfect images, and they look at themselves and they wonder, why am I not it? Why am I not achieving this and I do not have this or the other? So talk to them and help them to see the various things that social media is contributing in making them feel sad and worthless and having feelings of hopelessness. And even limit the screen time that they use, and let them not use, especially at night, just before they go to bed, because it is there at night where you sit with your thoughts. And the thoughts, and we know the negative thoughts can really plunge you into a rabbit hole, a deep rabbit hole. So limit in terms of social media, and encourage them to check who they are conversing with and who they are following online. And lastly, if you do all this and yet you see that they are not improving, you can seek professional help. A counselor or a therapist will talk to them and they will apply various treatment modalities that we'll talk about in another video, and they will help them to process their thoughts, to think about their life and the things about their life. They'll give them coping techniques. All these a professional can help them. So you need to think of ways you can seek help if you notice the depression is worsening, if they are taking now, if they have adopted a self-harm behavior like cutting, and if they are having suicidal thoughts or ideation, and if also they have attempted suicide. But we pray and hope that even as you do these things, your teenager will improve. In the next video now, I want us to talk about the causes of depression, because now you know the signs and how you can help, and how you can help them. So what are these causes, so that your teenager does not continue going through depression because of the causes that maybe you have not dealt with in the home, or they have not dealt with as a person. So I hope to see you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.